Can you tell me the significance behind the signatures located on the bomb just above your head?
Well, in 2002, I was planning the Doolittle Raiders reunion in Columbia, South Carolina, the 60th reunion. And I had to spend all my time in briefings with the FAA and with the other owners for all the flights we were doing. But I took this bomb right here, the one that's right above me, took it out because these are just replicas. They only weigh about 25 pounds. And had one of my crew members take it downtown where the Raiders were all doing autographs. And Nolan Herndon, who was the bombardier navigator on crew number 10, he took my guy and escorted him around to all the Raiders. And all 16 of the Raiders in attendance all signed the bomb for me as a souvenir.
Wow. Actual Doolittle Raiders signatures on the bomb inside Panchito's bomb bay. How special is that? With John Hess, and he is co-owner to the AT-11. It's kind of like a super Beechcraft 18, right? Correct?
It's very much like a Super 18. It was actually the very first of the Beech 18 models. They made it as a military bombardier trainer so that you could train your bombardiers how to drop bombs before they went over to B-17s or B-24s or B-25s for World War II.
Wow, so it's got some military history to it.
Yes.
So can you explain that a little bit more? What's the military background specifically about this aircraft?
This one, once it was built, it was delivered in February of 1941. It went to Victorville, California, which was a WASP base. So some of the women Air Force service pilots would be flying this airplane. And my wife and I loved that aspect of it and wanted to preserve it. And so she was all in, said we need that, and I did too. Love these kind of airplanes because it's basically a mini B-17 in a lot of ways with your Norden bomb sight, the bombs, the guns, and all the things they would have.
Wait, did you say mini? I think you mean like souped up, right? Like all the guns and extras on it?
Right. But a B-17 is a much larger airplane, but this was a much more economical way to train the pilots and well, not really the pilots so much as the bombardiers and the gunners and all that, and navigation trainer too. So this was used to train 90% of the bombardiers in World War II, these type airplanes.
Your support of Sun and Fun benefits the Aerospace Center for Excellence year-round. With our learning centers, outreach programs, scholarships, and summer camps, ACE is engaging, educating, and accelerating the next generation of aviation professionals.
Amanda Holly here out at Sun and Fun right before the fun is about to get started. I'm suited up in my parachute this morning, about to go fly with Greg Coons in his Super Decathlon. We're going to do some acrobatics, and let's go have some fun.
Tubular steel structures. Wait.
So much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Pilots, have you picked up your Fly in Style card? Get yours at the Pilot Welcome Center. It's free. Get access to deals and exhibitor discounts with your card. Go to flysnf.org for complete details.
So today is Women in Aviation Day here at Sun and Fun. Have you ever been to Sun and Fun?
I have last year.
What did you learn last year?
I learned, I talked to a lot of people again, which was great. Last year, I think my highlight was speaking to colleges, which kind of helped me navigate what I want to do. And in general, there was a lot of people here to talk to. I actually did talk to some place called Women in Aviation, and I heard about them. I talked to some of the military people over here. That was kind of interesting to hear their point of view on what they have to share. And then I also talked to all the owners of all these beautiful planes to, see where they came from, what their opinions are. So,
have you guys had any challenges growing up and getting into the career that you have overcome that you want to talk about and maybe inspire younger females to get into this?
Maybe it's not a challenge, but I'll say here, especially at the Air Force Academy, like all the people I fly with are my brothers and sisters. So I've never felt like anyone had anything or like didn't see me equally or didn't want to help me because of who I was. Like we all help each other out, and like at the end of the day, if one person rises, we all rise.
well, of course, you can be a pilot, you can be a flight attendant, but you can also be an ATC worker. You can even be a seller of planes, and that's technically aviation as well.
How long have you been interested in aviation? How long have you had maybe affinity for it?
I took aviation my junior year of high school, but of course, every time I get on a plane my entire life, I've always thought it was pretty fascinating.
The message for young girls, you guys have events, I'm sure, year-round with your chapter. Any events that are coming up that you want young girls to be aware of?
Yeah, so each year we host Girls in Aviation Day, and in Tampa it's grown significantly over the past couple years. Last year we had over 1,000 attendees and over 40 sponsors, and our main goal there is to just expose youth to all the opportunities we have.
Someone younger than you that is interested in aviation, a girl in aviation that has an interest, what message do you have for them?
I think in today's day and age, anything is possible. Women, we're very powerful. We belong completely everywhere. We can achieve everything. We have the resources for it. We have the support for it. So if you want to do anything, whether that is aviation or anything else, just go for it. Plus, I think it's pretty cool being the woman that's there to kind of rule and prove that she can do it, because she can.
Flying in to Sun and Fun? Don't forget to download and review the latest NOTAM. Make it a safe trip. And when you get here, stop by the Pilot Welcome Center, located at the island. Before departure, refuel with Shelter. Have a safe flight to Sun and Fun.
Yeah, maybe?
You're on.
Oh,
Okay,
all
we're back. All right.
Hey, we're going to restart.
So that was awkward. So
Yeah.
we're back. Hey,
Back up.
good morning. How are y'all?
Open, dress, and roll. Good morning. Happy Friday, day 4 of Sun and Fun.
Yes.
We are here. Thank you for joining us on Sun and Fun Live today. All right, we had a lot of fun the past few days.
Yes, it has been a great, okay, so it's day 4.
Yeah.
We had great 3 days. Yesterday, the Blue Angels arrived.
Yes, they
Yeah,
did.
so they did the arrival maneuvers, flew quite a bit yesterday, and then they ended the show with their full demonstration celebration, so that was great. And then last night, you were there too. We had the bash where we raised close to $350,000 last night. So that was awesome for programming right here in Central Florida in Lakeland. Right back, all those monies go back into the Aerospace Center for Excellence, and then we raised money for the Florida Air Museum last night so we can do exhibit improvements. So that is exciting. So we had a great night doing that. That also allowed for the ability to go home at a decent hour and get some more rest. So that was good. And because it's Friday, and this is the ramp up for the weekend. So Friday is a big day for us, so we're looking forward to a lot of people joining us. I know we'll talk about the forecast later, but more of the same of what we've seen the last several days. But the Blue Angels fly at 4 o'clock today. Jam-packed daytime air show today. Should be great. And then also, just to remind everybody, at 7 p.m., down at Paradise City, the Sunset Aerial Circus. They had a great show last night. I wasn't able to attend because we were at the bash, but I was told there were thousands of people out there watching the Sunset Aerial Circus. And there's drone shows.
We got
there you go. See, I'm not lying. But there's drone shows and the evenings down there as well. You can see the new sandbar, so there's food and beverage out there. During the day, there's shade. See, look at all those people having a great time out there. So, look at that. What is that? I didn't get to see any. Oh, that's fun. That's good stuff. The hot air balloons. Lighting it up. There's our friends with Arrhythmia and the paramotors. That is good stuff. So I'm glad I got to see some of that because I can't be everywhere at all time. But again, it's going to be a great day for us. We're looking forward to that. And then tomorrow is our big day. It is going to be jam-packed night show as well. So
not just jam-packed with things here happening, but it's going to be busy out on the Sun and Fun.
And I don't know if you guys have been out there on the airfield as well. There are a lot of airplanes here this year. I'm blown away.
You're not wrong. I was out there all morning. I can't believe how many aircraft you have out on all the ramps.
Do you know why, by the way?
I want to know why.
The weather has been great.
It's been
Except for the
perfect.
fog the first 2 days. Now the weather has been great. So thank you for dialing that up for us. So we appreciate it.
No problem. Jam-packed out there, and the F-35s.
Yeah, so all the demo teams are here.
There.
So F-35As, the F-35C demo team arrived. At 9:15, I've been told 4 Harriers, AV-8B Harriers are arriving, and they're going to be on static. So if you're out there, you're listening, and you need probably run out there, they're going to be here in 10 minutes, but you need to go see that because they are retiring their Harriers in 2027.
Wow.
Maybe your last opportunity to see them.
Yep. All right.
So lots of cool stuff.
While you're watching us on your phone, go out there and watch them.
Yes, there you go.
All right, we have a jam-packed day at Sun and Fun. We have a jam-packed weekend, but we also have a jam-packed show for you. Today, we're going to learn about Bushwheel Base Camp from the chairman, Anitra Goddard, on today's show. She's going to be here joining us shortly. We also talked with some 100-year-old World War II veterans yesterday. We're going to show you some of that, and we're going to meet some of the pioneers at Sun and Fun. We are going to go out right now, taking a where am I at? We'll go out on the grass to look at just a few of the hundreds of aircraft
that have flown into Sun and Fun. There you go.
All right, well, we had a busy beginning of the show.
Yes.
We're in a little different place right now. Right now, we want to take a live look outside. That's where I thought we were going.
Okay, got it.
Here's the live look outside. It's over at our Warbird ramp, and we have a lot of Warbirds
And just to
out
point
there.
these aircraft out, so there's the first 2 there with the red nose and the silver nose, those are P-51s. There's a Corsair back there, and the smaller airplane in the back, that is a Wildcat. They're very, very rare. When I saw it and it had arrived, it was actually parked in the grass. I'm like, why is that beautiful airplane in the grass? So we got it up on the asphalt. It just, the assortment of Warbirds this year, it's amazing. There's a lot of cool stuff out there this year.
Yeah, that's just one direction. If that camera eventually pans around, you're going to see all the other ones out there.
It is packed out there.
It is packed. I mean, every day there's been a
they've been coming in, and we're filling holes at this point. That's how many airplanes are here right now.
Yeah, that is true. All right, we got to remind you, please remember to hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment. This is important. We do have that goal of 10,000 subscribers this week alone. We're slowly getting there. We really want to hit that goal, so please, please help us out. The good news, we've gained 1,000 subscribers since Monday, but we have 9,000 to go.
Yes, let's rally, friends. We got to rally. Let's go.
This weekend, it'll be busy out there. We can get 9,000. But if you haven't subscribed already, please do so now. Hit the subscribe button and give us some love. Hit the bell, too, so you'll never miss a video or a live broadcast from Sun and Fun. All right. We're going to talk about the weather.
Let's talk about the weather.
All right, we got a graphic for you. Low 90s. I mean, it's funny because normally I talk about the weather changing a little bit different every day, but it really hasn't changed.
And that's been great. So I'm sorry that we have made it boring for you, but you know, this is stuff that we love to see. And, you know, that's really what's made it for a great event.
We talked about it yesterday, though. The breeze has been substantial.
Yeah, but without the breeze, it would be difficult. But the breeze, that's a godsend for us right now with this heat. But
so it's hot.
Been great.
It's hot, you know, but lots of sunshine. Wear the sunscreen. Drink the water. We've been talking about it. You know the drill by now. But how are we going to top the last 3 days? We talked a little bit about it, but tell us a brief overview. Next 3 days, today, tomorrow, and Sunday. What do we got?
Well, the big thing is just the crowds are going to be huge. You know, it's weird, you know, when we have the Blue Angels, we can see an increase in ticket sales anywhere from 20 to 30% versus the Thunderbirds. I don't know why that is. I guess they have 2 engines. The Thunderbirds only have 1. You know, but there's a lot of folks that just love the Blue Angels, and obviously they're here with us this year. So going to make for big crowds. So they perform obviously today, Saturday and Sunday at 4 p.m. But our air shows, and with the world-class aerobatic performers that we have here, it's going to be outstanding. I will tell you today, during the daytime air show, you are going to see something new. There are going to be cool pyrotechnics today. There will be very colorful, and you've probably never seen. So pay attention during the daytime air show. There is going to be something special today. And I signed the check for it, so I know how much this costs, so someone better pay attention to it.
Everyone needs to watch it. You know, you drop these little hints every day. I don't think people realize that if they watch this show, they get little hints of the show every day.
And we try to change it up, too. We don't want the same exact show every single day, so we try to change that up. You know, but like the night show for Saturday night, it will be exactly the same what you saw Wednesday. Because of the choreography, you can't change that up very much. But we want to make sure during the daytime air shows there's plenty of variety for everybody, you know, so they can have a good time, because you're spending money to be here with us, so we need to entertain you and have a good time. I will also tell you, last night, if you had the opportunity out at the island, Thomas Mack was out there. So he was playing acoustically at the beginning of the bash for us, and he was out at the island. There was probably 1,000 people out there last night watching him play, so he's an up-and-coming country music artist. But, you know, there's something for everyone here. You know, the gates open at 9, and you can be here till 9:30, 10 o'clock with us at night. Also tomorrow, Saturday, I will tell you, the Sun and Run 5K starts at 7 a.m. on the east side of the field. The airport puts that on. They sold out. I think they're at 850 runners tomorrow morning.
Wow.
So if you're going to be out in the field, be aware of that. It starts at 7. They will be done in 45 minutes. So if there are stragglers, they're going to be picked up because they're on the airfield. They're actually on the taxiways. And we need, you know, people need to starting engines if they need to depart, or they're going to be arriving aircraft. And hopefully we'll have light winds tomorrow, because we are planning the balloon launch.
We're gonna try.
So hopefully we can get this one off. So I've been telling folks, so we'll see what happens with the winds for the morning. So hopefully it's calm so they can do that as well. But it's shaping up to be to be a great weekend. We're ready to go.
Is.
And what's interesting too is, you know, our volunteers, they do such a phenomenal job, and now we're in it. First day jitters, second day was great. Yesterday we're operating now, and it's going to be a great weekend. So
right on into day 4, 5, and 6.
There you go.
Yeah, all right. So these days, it is rare to meet, let alone talk with a World War II veteran. We had some at Sun and Fun yesterday, and correspondent Nick Ianniti had a chance to be there.
This is Nicholas Ianniti with Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo TV. You know, all around the campus here, we always have legends. You never know who you're going to bump into. But today, it's my distinct honor to be joined with 2 absolute national treasures. I have here Irv Landis. He's an Army infantryman, actual ambulance driver who fought in the Battle of the Bulge. And also Robert Taylor. He was a gunner on the USS Yorktown that was sunk during the Battle of Midway. These 2 gentlemen are both 100 years old, and we are absolutely thrilled to have them here at Sun and Fun. Thank you guys for being here today. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being here.
So I just want to ask you guys, you know, you've been through so much, and, you know, with all due respect, is there any, like, through all your experience with the war, was there any key takeaway that you got that you really kind of carried on with you through the rest of your life?
78th Infantry Division I'm proud of, because we were on the front lines for 138 days, and that's pretty much a record when it comes to that.
Sure, you guys have seen a lot. How about you, Robert? Is there anything particularly that kind of stuck with you all these years?
Know something that stuck with you. You just want to tell them about the Lord.
What? Praise God.
I think that says it all right there, actually. So he just said, praise God. That's what stuck with him. So he's glad to be here. That's for sure. I guess, would you guys have any advice for anyone today that was going to be facing any, severe adversity, the way you guys sit up and the courage that you demonstrated, how someone can elicit that today in their life?
When I think about the war, I'll get upset. There's not a day that goes by that it doesn't come back memories of the war. I praise God that He has helped me through this period, and I have lived a long life.
Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart and everyone here at Sun and Fun for being here. We appreciate your service, and we absolutely appreciate your sacrifice. Thanks so much. You guys come on out to Sun and Fun. You never know, like I said, who you're going to meet here. This is Nick Osiniti with Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo TV.
What an incredible opportunity. Nick's actually joining us in the studio this morning because I understand it was a little emotional for you.
Yeah, there was, going into the interview, I really had to kind of approach it to really kind of honor them and respect them. And then they had some family members with them, and they said, look, Robert Taylor specifically, he was a gunner on the Yorktown. They're like, he's really hard of hearing, so it's going to be difficult to talk to him. But now that he's 100 years old, he's had a lot of requests for interviews, and it's really kind of stirred up his PTSD, and his nightmares have started to come back. So I'm like, I really wanted to be conscious of not, tell me one of the most harrowing things that, these guys really don't want to relive it. And in speaking with his son, Mark, he said, I said, kind of tell us, we did a little side interview. I said, what was the impact growing up with someone like this? How did it change your life? And he said, my dad never spoke about the war. Like so many other, we hear this kind of comment throughout, World War II, they really didn't speak about it, throughout their life. But he always said he was always incredibly positive. Everyone wanted to be around him. And he told me a story, he was on the Yorktown when it was sunk at Midway. And he had a man that was burned over his top half of his body that was trying to climb over him. And he's like, hey man, what are you doing trying to? And the guy said, I can't swim. I can't swim. So Robert gave him his life vest, and they went into the water. And one of the last recovery boats had just turned and didn't see them and was about to depart and leave them, to die. And this guy on the back of the boat had seen them at the last minute, and they had like a lead ball with a rope, and they, kind of threw it out to Robert, and he missed it, right? And it came by him, and he was able to float, and he grabbed it with his toes and pulled it in, and all these guys around him grabbed onto him, and they were able to pull him on the boat, and that's how he survived. And there were some other things in the interview. We had limited time. But he talked a lot about God, and his daughter-in-law told me, he was this guy growing up as a young man. These guys were only 17 years old when they served. That he wasn't, people would come, let me talk to you about the Bible. He's like, nah, I don't really have time for that. Kind of the old adage of, there's no atheist in a foxhole. When he was in that water, he made a pact with God. He said, if you get me out of this, I'm going to devote my life to, and he did. You know what I mean? That's basically kind of what got him through. But it was an honor for me to talk to these guys. They are so rare, and they're so incredibly humble. Irv was there, I was sitting next to him, and several people came up, and this woman came up and shook his hand, and she's like, thank you. And she walked away and looked at me and said, well, what is she thanking me for? And I'm like, I think she's, sacrifice, and everything else that you did, but they're just, to them, they just went and did their job. And even Mark had told me, he said, I asked my dad at some point, having the enemy right there looking at them, how did you stand, in the breach? And these guys were firing these guns until the paint melted off. And he said, all I kept thinking about was I didn't want to let down my buddies, and that was the biggest thing that they just did what they had to do.
Yeah, well, it was an honor, obviously, to have them here, the greatest generation. And unfortunately, there are so few of them left, and so again, it was an honor for us to host them yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you reached out to Gary and made that happen.
Absolutely, I did that several months ago to get them here because I mean, people need, and I know the PTSD and all of that, but I mean, people just to be in their presence, it's just an honor. Yeah, it's an honor.
Yeah, absolutely. Gary told me that we have a 102-year-old World War II pilot coming today. He should be on the Warbird ramp at about 11 o'clock, so we're going to try and track him down and see if we can get a little something extra.
Awesome. Well, thank you for everything. Thanks for doing that.
No worries.
Thanks for getting their story and having a chat with them. Really, We appreciate it, Nick.
All right.
All right. Coming up next on Sun and Fun Live Today, we are going to meet some of the Sun and Fun pioneers as Sun and Fun Live Today continues.
Since the very first Sun and Fun, volunteers have been the heart of the fly-in. Our success depends on dedicated volunteers, and that could be you. Your life experience will help us engage, educate, and accelerate the next generation of aerospace professionals. We have all kinds of opportunities to volunteer, from fly-in support to educational events and field trips at many year-round community events. Volunteers earn valuable benefits, but you'll gain new friendships and experience new adventures. Find out more and get started. Just visit volunteer.flysnf.org for more info about volunteer opportunities at the Aerospace Center for Excellence and the Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo.
Feeling overwhelmed by your finances? Estate planning, rising inflation, it can feel overwhelming.
I came in here and it was just like, need help. What to do with all this.
At Wealth MD, we simplify the complex. No more unanswered calls or uncertainty.
Usually every time I came in, it was a pleasant surprise. You know, the accounts going up.
We give you a path forward for every stage of life. Wealth MD, your future made clear.
Proceeds from the Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo are the primary source of funding the Aerospace Center for Excellence, a nationally recognized leader in STEM education. Your support of Sun and Fun makes ACE the world leader in producing licensed teenage private pilots.
Welcome back to Sun and Fun Live Today. We want to remind you again to help us spread the word about this live stream. Remember to leave a comment and use that hashtag SNF25. Mash the thumbs up button, plus hit subscribe. We have that 10,000 subscriber goal this week. So subscribe now, please. We're up about 1,000. We got 9,000 to go, and it's helping us with YouTube.
So here's another look outside at the Warbird ramp. Thousands will be attending today to enjoy the static displays and all of the events here at Sun and Fun. Here are the F-35As out on the static ramp. So we also have, obviously the demo team is here, but these aircraft are static, so you can, there is a barrier around them, so you can't walk right up to them, but they're beautiful aircraft and they're out there today, and I believe the Harriers should be joining them here shortly up there on the ramp, so that will be great.
Wow, and it is jam-packed out there. So much to see. All right, yesterday I had a chance to visit the Pioneer Lunch here at Sun and Fun, and these are the people who built the fly-in from the ground up. We talked a lot about them last year during the 50th.
Absolutely.
We honored them for sure then, but we honor them annually, and I got to talk with just a few of them yesterday.
But you all have done it. I only have a team of 40 people, and we all know we were...
Why did you start volunteering in the first place?
Well, partly we belonged to the EA chapter in St. Petersburg, and after the first year, Billy Henderson and Bonnie and Sandy Spanier went to all the local chapters at a local meeting and begged us to come and help. And we're like, yeah, we can do that. Okay, we can do that. So that's how we got involved.
So you did it one year, and why'd you keep coming back for 50?
It's the people. I mean, you come for the airplanes, but you come back for the people.
So you did it the first year, and why have you come back for 43 years?
For me, it's a lot about friends. I see friends from all over the country and the world, actually, that we get to see once a year and keep up with them and keep track of them. And I do like the mission of Sun and Fun with the education for the students. So I buy into it.
I do want to ask about the award you were given by Gene just a few minutes ago. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, it's certainly very special, and after being here all these years, it's kind of special to get it. I do try to work hard for them throughout the year and during Sun and Fun, but I'm sure there's more deserving people than me, and I would give credit to all of the people that are around me and help me.
It's because these people planted the seeds. They were willing to cross the creek, put a bridge in, put a well in, put a shower house in, put a tent up, bring cookies, well, we had a lot of fun because at nights we would sit around a campfire and we'd shuck oysters, or we'd have fried chicken or ribs.
I don't know if it's just pilots or it's this group or what, but there isn't any jealousy or animosity, or it's just like everybody just loves one another, and we're always giving and we're always helping. And if you need anything, these people are here.
I wish more people knew about Sun and Fun and about the museum and about the education programs and about all the other events that happen here, like the Pig Fest and the dog shows and the auto auctions and the gun shows, etc. There's something going on here all the time, and a lot of people in Lakeland, due to the new people we have, don't even know we have an airport. So Avelo and Amazon are putting us on a map.
It was really great to talk to just a few of them. They all have the same message, too, that they keep coming back year after year because of the people.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the airplanes bring us together, but it's the people that keep us coming back. It's about camaraderie and family, and our pioneers. I mean, when I talked to them yesterday, I told them, think about what exists here today. Our facilities, our educational programming, our Central Florida Aerospace Academy, Skylab Innovation Center, Florida Air Museum, all the programming that we have here, the other 51 weeks, it doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. This is a very, very special place. And our pioneers have laid the groundwork, and we are changing and affecting lives. And I told them of people they will never know, they will never meet, but it's changing people's lives because all of their dedication and love for this organization and what we do here. So we thank them and all of our volunteers for everything that they do.
I was going to say, we talk about the volunteers all the time because we wouldn't be here. We
Absolutely.
We can't do it without the 3,000 plus volunteers, but it started with the pioneers.
Absolutely. And there was a lot of work here on this airport to get the site ready, because it didn't look like it does today. So we appreciate them, we love them, and thank you all very much.
Very, very much.
So next, as Sun and Fun Live Today continues, we go on the grass with airplanes and owners as Sun and Fun Live Today continues.
Car buying should be simple. That's why at Mazda Lakeland on US Highway 98, 1 mile south of the Parkway, we price our cars, not our customers. As part of our Buy Smart, Be Happy promises, we clearly mark our vehicles with our best price first, saving you time and money. All our sales associates are commission-free, and with a 5-day, 300-mile money-back guarantee, you can buy a car with ease and confidence. Visit us at MazdaLakeland.com today.
Buy Smart, Be Happy.
It doesn't have to be complicated to be cool. Simple is cool. With the G7, everything is in reach.
Florida,
Home to pristine beaches, unique dining experiences, world-class accommodations, and the thrills that keep the young and young at heart coming back to the Sunshine State. From coast to coast, see what our 10,000 members of the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association have been preparing for you. Exceptional eats, historic sites, and lodging to fit any budget. So whether you're here making deals or making memories, come get a flavor for Florida's finest restaurants and hotels.
The Sun & Fun mobile app is here. Navigate Sun & Fun from the palm of your hands. Access the daily schedule. Make your own itinerary. And get around with our interactive mobile maps. Get the Sun & Fun mobile app now in your app store.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us on Sun and Fun Live today. I'm going to take a live look outside, another look at the Warbird ramp, because there is so much to see. We could literally sit out there all day long and give you different shots of what is out there to see. It's beautiful, beautiful day.
Yeah, look, so that right there, that's a Black Hawk.
Yeah.
And then behind it is the C-17 Globemaster. And at the bash last night, I actually bought the model, the C-17 Globemaster model for my son, Jake, the little guy. And so when I came home, he was pretty excited about that.
Well, you also bought another one.
Yes, I bought a P-61 Black Widow. Actually, my grandmother's boyfriend, before they passed away, he flew those in World War II. So I bought that in honor of him last night, too. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yep.
Fun night out at the bash for
Yep,
sure.
It was great.
Another reminder to give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, use that hashtag SNF25. Please subscribe to our channel to help us reach that goal of 10,000 subscribers this week. We're up more than 1,000 so far. We got 3 days to go.
So flying an airplane in the Sun & Fun has been the thing for 51 years. Pilots park on the grass and most camp under their wing. By the way, I get asked that all the time. Like, what are they doing under? They're camping, and people are just blown away by it. A popular pastime is looking at those airplanes and the common bond of piloting to Sun & Fun. Our correspondent, Bobby Giles, talked to a few of them out in the grass.
Bobby Giles, Sun & Fun Aerospace Expo TV. We're here on the grass with my friend Trey. Trey, will you tell me a little about what you guys do?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. We 1944 Douglas C-47. We fly with Warbird South Flying Museum, and we do always giving back. We love for kids to be able to run through the airplane, take a look, experience aviation, and firsthand experience. We also we've done hurricane relief supplies, carried thousands, tens of thousands of pounds of hurricane relief supplies to North Carolina, South Carolina. We've also flown several loads of veterans on Veterans Day, and so it's just important for us to be able to give back with the airplane that we were entrusted to take care of.
We're from Covington, Georgia. Came down here on Saturday. Going to be down here till Friday. Both airline guys out here, year 22 of us being here.
Oh, wow.
I've been coming down here since I was 3 years old and just enjoying the sun.
Awesome. So what brings you back? 22 years, did you say? Something's bringing you back. What's your favorite things you look forward to in the off season?
It's favorite trip of the year. Been coming down with Dad and friends and just getting out, enjoying the airplanes. Like it more than Christmas, like it more than birthday, like it more than anything. So, get out, enjoy the airplanes, enjoy the aviation community, learn what's new in the industry, and just have a good time.
Awesome. Okay, good. So, Don,
Yes.
You're the dad.
Right.
All right, perfect. So share with our audience a little bit about, will you share with us about the aircraft?
Yeah, it's a 1947 PA-12. We've owned it for about 12 years and just been tinkering on it, but it's a three-place airplane built in 2 years, 46 and 47. It's a nice, comfortable two-place airplane.
And you said, your son said, you guys are both pilots in the airlines. What airlines you guys, what aircraft are you flying in the airlines?
We're flying the Airbus A320 series.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah.
And I'm here with Amelia Wells. Is it Amelia?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, Amelia. And you're named after Amelia Earhart, is that right?
Yes.
And what do you like about coming to Sun and Fun?
Flying.
You like flying? Oh my gosh, I bet you do. And what airplane is behind us? What kind of airplane is this?
A Beech 18.
A Beech 18, oh my goodness. And what year is this one? 51. Do you remember?
51.
A 51, just like Sun and Fun 51. Oh my gosh, how cool. That is so awesome. So, what is your favorite thing about doing when you come to Sun and Fun? You like camping? You like the airplanes?
Camping.
Camping, okay. That is awesome. Amelia, you are so much fun, and you're from Dallas, Texas?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Amelia, thank you so much for talking to us. We hope you have a fun time here. Okay. You want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Bobby Giles, Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo TV on the grass.
From 3 or 4 years old, maybe?
Yes.
How old did she say?
Yeah.
To over 100. Something for everyone.
Unbelievable. And by the way, you know, coming out of that segment right there with that beautiful little girl, right on the other side of these walls, there's like probably 100 kids over there.
Yeah.
We have over 1,200 kids that are coming here for field trips today. So it's awesome. I'm just so proud of my team and all the volunteers and all the hard work to do this thing. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
You guys
and I appreciate the team here to be able to get those testimonials and have that recorded on video. That's what it's all about, because there's so many, you can't be everywhere at all times, but to be able to see that stuff, it's awesome.
Yeah, those testimonials, that's why we keep coming back,
absolutely.
Right? And you guys you worked hard all year long for Sun and Fun 51. You're going to work all year after this
Getting
one
ready
for the next
for 52. We'll be ready.
But we have 3 more days left of 51.
And it's been so busy too, by the way. About 10 minutes ago, I phone call. Our website went down because there's so much traffic on it, but it's back up, so they got it fixed. And we pulled the video off and just put a static piece up there, but lots of traffic on our website.
And that's probably why we had a little audio issue at the beginning.
It could be. You never know. Right.
So, all right, it is going to be a hot day. We have a full day in store for you. It's going to end with the Blue Angels today. We have the Stoll event at Paradise City. It's going to be toasty out there. Coming up on tomorrow's show, we have 2 legendary performers in the studio, Bob Carlton and Rob Holland. Make sure you tune in every day.
Turn up at the fun at 51.
9 a.m.
Let's go.
All right, we'll see.